Of the shooting of a chap by the name of Jason Protheroe. Jason Protheroe was shot by police last year on the north side of Brisbane, and the Queensland coroner held an inquest and found that the police officer involved acted reasonably when he shot Jason Protheroe dead. Michael Barnes found that Constable Thomas Hess feared for his life and believed he was being threatened with a gun when he shot Jason Protheroe at a house in Bracken Ridge on the north side. Subsequently, at the scene of the crime, despite statements by the police union at the time, a replica pistol was found on the ground at the house that was not capable of firing anything. It was a replica, a toy. Now, this week would have seen Jason Protheroe's 38th birthday, and it's been some months now after the inquest into his death. I spoke with his father, Steve Protheroe, this week and asked him whether it's true that time heals all wounds.
Not at all, no, it doesn't.
What's been going through your mind since the end of the inquest to now?
Well, I'll be honest, I don't believe he got to the bottom of anything.
You'd like to see the matter tested in court?
I think it has to be tested. Without a doubt, it must be tested. See, what people don't understand is a coroner's inquest is merely a form of... it's merely a gathering of evidence. The evidence is not tested as such. They would, without a doubt, have faced a jury.
You do have the option of petitioning or approaching the Director of Public Prosecutions through your barrister and presenting a brief and asking them to consider it.
Well, that's all good and well to say that too, Steve, but at the end of the day, everything costs money. And we've already spent our quota. There isn't a lot left in the well, I'm afraid.
When I first interviewed you, you told me that Jason wasn't a good boy. I think your exact term, but he wasn't necessarily a straight kid.
I think I said he wasn't an angel.
Wasn't an angel, sorry. Okay, so wasn't an angel. How much did he contribute to the incident in which he was shot, do you think, with the passage of time, looking back at it?
Look, this is what the inquiry, I hope to find this all out through the coroner's inquiry. Of course, we didn't find anything out whatsoever. And it's difficult for me to... I don't want to sit back and prejudge what happened. I simply want to find out the truth as to what happened.
But you still have the legal right to petition the Director of Public Prosecutions and ask them to consider preparing a brief for the prosecution's arm for a court case.
Yes, I do have that. I also have the legal right to actually go ahead myself and save time and take a private...
A civil court action?
Yeah, a civil court action against these people.
Do you have the financial means to do that?
Not at the moment, but I'll hopefully, with the help of friends, I'll get there sooner or later.
So you intend to pursue this to the fullest, down as many legal avenues as possible?
Without a shadow of a doubt. Our resolve has not changed one iota.
In your words, Jason was not an angel. My question to you a little while ago was, how much of this did he bring upon himself?
Well, I don't really know. I understand the question, to be honest.
He, by your own admission, was a user of, I think, methamphetamine at the time?
Yes, very. I must say, very little methamphetamines were found in his body. Mm-hmm. Limited drugs were found in his body. Look, I wasn't there and I can't answer a question like that. I wish I could, but I can't.
The matter has been investigated by the coroner. He called a range of witnesses. He criticised the police union for some things they did. Are you happy with those moves in relation to the police union?
Well, what's going on with the police union? I mean, at the end of the day, he criticises them. We've heard nothing since. I mean, I made a complaint against Mr. Levers myself nearly 16 months ago. I've heard nothing back. I mean, what do they do?
But at the very least, the coroner acknowledged that what the police, the action they took at the time around the shooting and subsequent interview on this radio station, their action was misleading and inappropriate.
Well, it certainly was misleading and inappropriate, but what good does it do us now? What good does that do this family?
Does it give testament to the fact that no one, in a sense, is happy with the outcome of the coroner's inquest? It's a sad tragedy.
It certainly is a sad tragedy. And
so what do you intend to do now, Steve Protheroe?
I intend to try and make the public aware of what's happened, try to gain a little bit of support, and try and see this through to the end.
So you'd like the Director of Public Prosecutions to prepare a brief for prosecution, but to do that you're going to have to petition the DPP or the Attorney General.
Well, then, if that's what I have to do, then that's what I'll do.
Do you have legal advice to that effect?
Not at the moment, to be honest. No, I don't.
How is the family coping? It's been, 12 months, so over 12 months now since Jason was shot. How is the wider family?
It's been nearly 18 months since he was shot, and the wider family are still no better off than we were the day we found out it happened, when it happened. Our resolve's certainly been tested, but we won't give up until we find out exactly what happened.
He had a girlfriend at the time whose house he was shot at. How is she coping? I know you have some ongoing relationship with her. How's she coping?
Well, I don't really speak to her that often, to be honest, but on the rare occasion that I do, she's doing it pretty hard herself.
She had children that your son Jason was virtual father to. How are they doing?
I think they're pretty well, doing pretty good, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I did have them over for a family barbecue a few months ago, and they were saying the kids seemed pretty well adapted to me.
And how about you? I know you personally, Steve, have been carrying the emotional burden of this and the family responsibility, the pressure from wider family members. How are you going with this?
Oh, I'm doing all right, and well, someone has to speak up for my son, as I said earlier on, and that's my job, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
You sure you're doing all right?
I'm battling on, and that's all I can do, one day at a time.
You're uploading a video onto the web. What do you hope this video will achieve?
It'll just remind the people of the state what actually took place that day and days following, and hopefully we might get some support to get some sort of movement going to have these officers held accountable for their actions.
Stephen Protheroe, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Steve.
Stephen Protheroe. It's the anniversary for the birthday of Jason Protheroe just this week, and the family has a Facebook page called Justice for Jason Protheroe, and they put a birthday tribute video, I think is what they call it, up on their Facebook page.